Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and I welcome all of you back to... Actually, I'll tell you what, we're going to have to do a little bit of a quick switcheroo and stuff like that. I mean, I love my Ride the Lightning jacket, but I think there's only one thing I think we could actually wear for the sake of this. It would be a little bit distracting if we didn't, and I'm sure I had it, like, knocked around. Ah, here it is. I mean, it was just about the only thing we could wear for such an occasion. And once again, ladies and gentlemen, I thank you for returning to us for our... That's more like it. Our Metallica discography. So, what is this all about, you may be asking yourselves? Well, I'm going to tell you. By Christmas Day of 2026, I plan on putting a neat little bow on our time with Metallica. How are we going to do this, you may be asking? Well, very, very simple. I'm going to release a long video entitled Every Single Metallica Song Ranked from Worst to Best. And basically, we see where it goes from there. And already, going through the whole of Kill 'Em All and Ride the Lightning, there were a lot of highs for stuff like that, don't get me wrong. However, today, we are absolutely going to be getting another top 10 entry for... Because what I actually did is that I created a tier list that I'm constantly going to reference and make adjustments to as we go through this. Because I already put in place certain things where I kind of knew what was going to place where, but, you know, we can change it at will. And why not do it whilst we have these things fresh in our mind? But then again, saying after 40 years, Master of Puppets being fresh in our minds, guess what? It's been pretty much the gold standard for pretty much any aspiring metalhead, or for those very unfamiliar with the genre. This is sort of where they all come to. This is the gateway drug for metal, period. Which is deeply ironic because this is a song that is all about drug addiction, and it's hard to know on the back of my mind because I love this song to death, don't get me wrong, and yes, top 10 is certainly where it's going, but whereabouts in the top 10, and that's something I'll discuss by the time we get to the end. And for the uninitiated, what makes Metallica's Master of Puppets so legendary? Well, let me demonstrate. And for those who know absolutely why, well, how about we take another shot for old time's sakes. Obey your master, master, Master of puppets, I'm pulling your strings. Ritual misery, chop your breakfast on a mirror. Taste me, you will see. More is all you need. Dedicated to how I'm feeling you. Controlling faster. Obey your master. Your life burns faster. Obey your master. Master of puppets, I'm pulling your strings. Twisting your mind and smashing your dreams. Blinded by me, you can't see a thing. Just call my name, 'cause all you scream. Master. Just call my name, 'cause all you scream. Master. And there it is. You weren't ready for that, were you? Where's the dreams that I've been after? Master, promise only lies. Laughter, all I hear and see is laughter, laughing at my cries. Master, master, master of puppets, I'm pulling your strings. You know, it's remarkable, ladies and gentlemen, that over the years, that there's been quite a lot of songs over the years, both before and after Master of Puppets, that tackle drug addiction, but also talk about almost being under the influence of drugs. And this thing has been going on pretty much since almost the very beginning of time. People would literally, even probably cavemen did songs while they were chasing the dragon. However, Master of Puppets, I think one of the reasons why it has stood the test of time is the fact that, quite frankly, it always catches people off guard by not only the switch up that they did halfway into this, but also, like I said, the atmospheric after effects that something like this has, because it plays very much like a movie told in 8 minutes. There's being introduced and having a great time. Then there's the middle where everything just sort of comes back to reality and you feel lost. And third is like the final confrontation, and before you know what's happened, you have succumbed to addiction, and the end of the story is that addiction is completely unstoppable, and merely trying to seek out help. Insofar as what we've worked out is that drugs is not the answer, and as a result, guess what? They will abandon you right as soon as you need them the most. And that's when it's... listen, I've never seen Trainspotting, but I've heard it's something very similar to Trainspotting. However, there's no doubt in my mind as we come to the end of doing this, our time with Metallica, that Master of Puppets still very much lives on, and to those who know absolutely will just sort of come back to it time and time again. And you know what? I don't, under any circumstances, dissuade the idea, because legitimately, I don't really know what else I'm supposed to add. It's definitely okay, but which I suppose brings us on neatly to where we rank it in like our tier list. So the way I usually do this is that I don't say where on the top 10 it lands, if it is in the top 10, because that's more for when you guys will see the video for yourselves. So in terms of placement in the top 10, there, perfect, good as new. Because there is, again, I do quite like me whenever there's like there's like storytelling that goes on in my songs. I do quite like that. And Master of Puppets tells probably one of the best of their entire career. And don't think for 1 second, ladies and gentlemen, that this is sort of like this is as good as it gets and it's all downhill from here. No, that's like not true at all, because there are now only 100 songs left to rank and place for this tier list. And if you think we've only just because we have only just gotten started. But until then, I will see all of you guys again next time. Thank you.